It is reported that about 70% of the U.S. is now under snow. And let this be a reminder of how many people in the United States are in this situation right here that we see in this picture, and how important it is that we try to be as self-sufficient as possible. Hey everybody, JJ here. It is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about being self-sufficient, choosing where to live, the homeless situation, and of course we're going to tie it in with the current weather that we're seeing across most of the United States. Now, as many of you know that have been watching this channel, homelessness has been increasing, and it's articles like this that remind me of how lucky I am to have a roof over my head. And this is actually a story about a woman who purposely got arrested in order to get out of the snow, so to go ahead and go to jail just to be in a little bit of a warmer environment. Right, so think about this. In a country that's racked up nearly 30 trillion in debt, supposedly the world's richest country, yet we have people purposely getting arrested to try to get out of the freezing cold and the snow. Does anyone see a problem here? I think you do. Now, I know what many of you are probably thinking. Hey, JJ, these people, they're all crazy. They have mental problems. They're addicts. You know, look at this woman right here. She's smoking. Many of them, absolutely, they do have mental problems. And in the United States especially, a lot of people have not just mental problems, but a lot of health problems. We have over half the population of the United States that's on some sort of medication. Okay, half of adults. So whether it is a prescribed medication or people are self-medicating, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people are in the addiction situation. Right? Even something like cigarettes. If you ask anyone, I've never smoked, but if you ask someone that has smoked and tried to quit, it is very difficult. Chemical dependency and addiction are very, very difficult things to overcome. And in the United States, again, we have an epidemic of people that are not just addicted to chemical dependency, but also on food. We have an obesity epidemic here in the United States. And this is one of the themes of the channel that I try to stress. It's not just about financial health and financial well-being, also your physical health, physical well-being, your mental health, right? Because all the money in the world means nothing if you lose your marbles and your faculties. All right, but let's talk about this deep freeze and the decision for me, and I've taken a lot of criticism from this, staying in California. Yes, the taxes are high. There's a lot of over-regulation. We have the occasional earthquake. We have fires. But when 70% of the United States is now covered under snow, you know, it's times like this where I'm happy currently that I'm in San Diego. Of course, when the next big earthquake hits, that'll be a game changer, and I would have wished that I would have moved somewhere else. But wherever you go, it's going to be something, so you have to weigh out all the different risks and the rewards. Right? You also have to factor in things like medical conditions for your children. If you have a kid that has a certain medical condition, you want to be nearby the best hospital. So just so many different things that people have to weigh in and factor into their own lives and their own situation, right? No one place or location is going to be the best for everybody because everybody's got their own unique special situation. All right, we're also seeing a lot of power outages and people searching for firewood. And in this article right here, it does point out that over 70% of the United States, the lower 48 states rather, is covered under snow or ice or both. And even in Texas, we are seeing outages, bitter cold, and ice storms. And look at this trend here, searching for firewood. The quote, where to buy firewood. That term saw a big uptick in searches. And this is in places like Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and even in San Antonio. All right, how crazy is this? People down on the coast, coastal cities of Texas, looking for firewood. And the people that were prepared and have their own source of heat, their own firewood, those people are feeling much better about their decision to be self-sufficient and possibly live out where they can get their own woods. And that's why land and property and a location to be self-sufficient, hunting, fishing, firewood, all those things you have to factor into where you're going to reside and where you're going to call home. Now also, let's talk about this. A lot of people that thought that they were going to be self-sufficient and have solar panels, well, a lot of them are finding that it's very difficult to get up on the roof and clean off the snow and ice from the solar panels. And I wonder how many of these solar panels, which are very expensive, are going to be damaged by the ice that most people probably that got these did not expect their solar panels to ever be buried under snow and frozen in ice. All right, so now you're talking about very costly replacement for these solar panels, and at the same time you may not have electricity at this time if you were just depending on these solar panels to power your residence. And the sad part is we're likely going to see the weather even get more and more extreme as time goes on. A report here out of Fortune.com. Frozen wind turbines are one culprit in Texas's power outage. So the people that thought that they were doing the environment good and that they were going to have a never-ending source of low-cost energy are also finding themselves in big trouble right now. And I have to say it again, my heart really goes out to someone that doesn't have a warm place to lay their head at this time. The homeless shelters in many different cities are scrambling to find enough space to house these homeless that are now running away from the cold that in many cases, in many locations that they never really expected. As we see deep freezes now, even in parts of the southern United States. A recent story, they also recently found someone in Tulsa that was basically frozen, a homeless person. Very sad situation. This country has many failures that come to the surface at times like this. The fact that we have so many vacant commercial properties, while we still have some people here in the United States having to sleep outside, and unfortunate stories like some of the ones that we covered today. So my friends, people watching this report today, thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Please chime in below. Where are you at? What is your situation right now? Are you happy where you are currently residing? Are you all set? Are you warm? Maybe you're out searching for firewood right now because you lost your power. A lot of people have lost their electricity with power lines being down, frozen wind turbines, covered solar panels. I mean, a lot of different things are happening to people right now that, again, many people did not expect. So how are you doing? Where is the place to be? We see even snow in Texas. And obviously, if you live north of Texas in the United States, you're probably seeing some very cold temperatures right now and snow. Where is the place to be? Obviously, California is pretty good right now. We're not having a blizzard, but we have other things we have to worry about, especially in the fall, in the spring, and the summer with the fires. There's always the earthquake risk. We have an exploding homeless population here, exploding prices, cost of living, a lot of problems, but no place is perfect, I guess. But you let me know, what is the best place to be? Where are you? Even if you're not in the United States, maybe you're in another country. Maybe you moved from the United States to another country. I see a lot of comments about people that have left the United States and they're doing much better. You're much happier. So let me know. I'll be watching these comments today. Again, everybody stay well, stay safe, stay prepared. Hope you're doing well. Bye for now. Peace.